Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in. My name is David A. Kwa and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my weekly Sunday vlog for March 12, 2017. In this video, I'm going to tell you guys what's been going on with me for the past week, what movies I've been watching, what events I've been attending. Later on in the video, I'm going to do a little mini Q&A. A couple of you guys asked some good questions in the last week's vlog. I'm going to answer in this week's vlog. So, when it comes to movies this past week, I'll be honest with you, I've been just watching like one movie piece by piece throughout the week. But right before I go to bed, I watch like 10 to 20 minutes of this movie, right? I finally finished it. King Kong vs. Godzilla from early 1960s, right? Apparently this is the first ever movie to have Godzilla in color. So, I'll be honest with you, I had this VHS for the longest time, you know, King Kong vs. Godzilla on VHS, but I never want to watch it. I found this at a thrift store, and it's more like a collector's item for me, you know? So I didn't want to risk putting it into a VCR and screw up the tape in some way, you know? So, I had this movie forever, but I haven't actually watched it until I got this DVD, okay? I got it for $5. And it was good for what it was. Okay? It's a pretty old movie. Special effects are kind of old style and stuff like that. Costumes are a little weird, you know. But I thought it was good for what it was. It had some funny parts in it. I can tell they actually took the original Japanese movie and dubbed it and changed stuff and added scenes with English actors and stuff like that. It was good. I really enjoyed it, you know. Apparently this is also the third ever Godzilla movie. All right. Some complaints I have is that King Kong, he looks so derpy. It looks very awkward looking, his face, you know? And he had, later on, when they were actually fighting, he had like electrical powers. Like he was like a Sith Lord, shooting lightning bolts and whatever out of his hands. I thought it was really, really strange. I never thought of King Kong to have those type of powers, you know? But whatever. I don't know if Kong's Skull Island, if he had actually electrical powers, but that's what happened in the movie, you know? So, if you don't know, Kong Skull Island is actually connected to the Godzilla movie we had a couple years ago. The one with Aaron Taylor Johnson, whatever his name is, the guy who played Quicksilver in Avengers. He was kick-ass, you know. Yeah, he was in that movie. The two movies are connected. It's part of one universe, you know. They're going to have another Godzilla movie in a couple years, and then they're going to have a King Kong vs. Godzilla movie together. So that would be like 2020, a couple years from now, you know. So, so yeah, I enjoyed the movie, okay, and I'm looking forward to watching some other. I bought some other Godzilla movies, and I bought Gamera, the flying turtle. I'll be watching those along with like the WWE stuff and all that, you know. I did attend one huge event this past week in Overland Park, Kansas. It is Naka-Kon 2017. So this is the booklet that they give you as the program. This is one heck of a huge booklet, man. So they had maps of the place in this booklet, right? How to get there, the address and whatever. There's like the exhibition area, the game room, the vendors. Huge space, man. They just took over this whole hotel. So what else is in here? More maps where all the vendors are. Registration, tickets. Here, we'll do like this. Rules. Advertisements for other, like Kansas City Comic-Cons coming up, you know. How to volunteer, cosplay, guest. They had voice actors as the celebrities there, cosplayers, models, you know. In the middle here they have like a little manga thing, a little comic book right in the middle, some artwork. What else is going on here? Events are going on. Like there was, when I was there was a concert going on. There was a dance. There was a tournament. There was actually a Super Smash Bros. Tournament while I was there. Contests. People were selling stuff. Vendors, panels, you know. I walked into one panel. I don't even know if it was even part of the convention, you know? He was talking about science and atoms and whatever. I felt like I was in school, you know? More advertisements to buy t-shirts and more fan panels and other Comic-Cons that are coming up, you know, other conventions. Rules. Yeah. So I had a really good time. So next year, I may go to next year's also, you know. March 2018. There you go. Tomo's Choice is going to be the like the theme for next year. This year is like Phoenix Paradox. So I had a good time. I actually dressed up as an assassin, you know, and there were other people there who were assassins also. So I had pictures with them and videos with them. And if you haven't checked out my montage of cosplayers and stuff like that, do check it out. It's about 15 minutes of good stuff. It's seeing all the crowds and stuff like that. And later on, I took off this sweater, right? And I was Charlie Brown. I was carrying this little Snoopy toy around with me. I was Charlie Brown. And it was unbelievable, man. Everyone was like, can I have a picture with you? Can I have a picture of you, you know? I really have that. Like, I was like Indiana Jones one year and had a picture, and I was Freddy Krueger for a horror movie convention and had my picture for that one. I just dressed up for Darth Vader for one, and they had a picture of me for that. And but I never had so many people approach me for anything, but until I dressed as Charlie Brown, out of all characters, right? I mean, if you think about comic, like Charlie Brown is one of the more popular characters, you know. But yeah, I really enjoyed this and dressing up, and I totally enjoyed the event. All right, I ran into some people I knew, a couple friends I've been haven't seen in a very long time and stuff like that, and there were a ton of people, man, tons of people, and there was like panels and tournaments and all sorts of things. People just standing around, and I had pictures, and I had like a ton of footage, you know. Took a lot of pictures. Actually, you know what? Here, I'll show you some pictures right now from my phone. Hang on. So here, that's Kal from Kal Power Cosplay. You know, you've seen me with her before. Like, I can probably make like a whole collage of times we ran into each other. We got this dude who played Egghead / Robotnik, you know, with his little Sonic plushie, and here I am with my Charlie Brown and Snoopy plushie, you know. Oh, these guys are cool. That's from the Fifth Element. Corbin Dallas and Lou with the multipass. I don't know if you see with the multipass, and Chris Tucker's character. You know, it's been a while since I've seen that movie. These girls here, like their dresses and such, they actually lit up and such. So that's why I had a picture with them. I thought it was really cool. Oh, of course, you know I'm a huge fan of Ninja Turtles. So we got Casey Jones, we got Shredder and Vernon. So I had a picture with them, right? And I love Ruby. You guys know that. So tons of Rubies. Tons of characters from Sword Art Online. Like here's a dude from Sword Art Online, you know. What else? Overwatch. Oh my gosh! So many people dressed up as characters from Overwatch, the video game that recently came out, the first-person shooter. You know, you can be a sniper, you can be a tracer, Roadhog, Diva. Like so many characters from the Overwatch video game. You know, so many people were dressed up as Overwatch characters. So anyway, a couple more cosplayers here. I'm not going to show you every single picture, but look, humongous Pikachu, man. There was a humongous Pikachu there also. And that's Jenny. That's one of my friends. We're Facebook friends. And here's some buddies of mine from home. You know, they're actually my sister's friends. But yeah, I really enjoyed my time there. Okay, I'm glad I went. I'll be honest with you. I had better things to do than to go to Naka-Kon. I like, there's tons of things I rather do. And when I was there, oh my gosh, I had phone calls, I had emails I should reply to, and I was like, I have to wait till I get home to do this, you know. And people were like calling me left and right, and they were like emailing, asking me for replies immediately and stuff like that. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm here at Naka-Kon, and I gotta sit down and just answer this email real quick and stuff like that, you know. So yeah, I had a good time, but I had better things to do. But here's the thing, I'm really glad I got out of my system. Because I was checking out on Facebook and stuff like that, and people were like posting pictures of their cosplays, like, oh, see you at Naka-Kon tonight and stuff like that. I was like, I can either like study this test, or I can just go to Naka-Kon real quick and then study for the test later. And I was like, we have to go Friday night. That's the only day I went. It was Friday night. After I got home from school, I went straight to the convention, and that was it. You know, I stayed there until like 9 o'clock, and yeah. So now I have an open weekend to actually study for this upcoming test that I have and everything else. I'm really glad I got out of my system. Okay. You're probably wondering, like, did I buy anything while I was there, you know? I stopped by a Walmart while I was there and I bought this. The Doctor Who Christmas special from last year, right? The Return of Dr. Mysterio. I never actually watched the whole thing, so I'll be watching this. It's got a couple bonus features on there, okay? Little featurettes, right? I know the beginning of it. I know this kid like swallowed some type of like jewel or whatever, and then he got superpowers from it, and then he grew up and was like a superhero. So that's like all I know. I know this story took place a couple after his time with River Song, you know. Something else I bought, and I already have this, but I bought it again because here at the apartment I get really bored. I don't have like actual cable TV or Netflix or anything like that, you know. I gotta buy DVDs, and I've been watching like every night. If I'm not watching something like Godzilla, you know, I'm watching Family Guy or South Park or something like that, and I was like sick of the same disc that I was playing, you know. So I bought another one. So this one, 3-disc set, Family Guy, Volume 5. So at least I got to watch some different episodes than what I've been watching. It's only like $4.48. It's like $5, man. It's only $5 for this whole season set. Okay. And finally, you'll be excited to see this. Something to add to the Battlefield video game collection. Battlefield 2142. That's right. This is part of the Battlefield series. You know, they recently released Battlefield 1, released Battlefield 4 a couple years ago. I never had this game, you know, and I don't think I can actually play it. I don't think it's like, incompatible with my system and stuff like that, you know. Plus, I doubt it if anyone. I don't know if anyone's still playing the multiplayer and all that, you know. But anyway, I just want to have the box and something to show off as part of my Battlefield collection, you know. So here it is, you know. A lot of people are wondering, hey, since when has Battlefield ever used like robots and mechs and all that, you know? That's a Call of Duty thing with the double jumps and whatever. Battlefield did it one time too. They went futuristic, you know, at one time, you know. But I guess they're more used to like classic weapons and whatever. But yeah, I walked around with the Snoopy figure. I actually bought this. I went to a thrift store and I found this and I was like, you know what? I do have a Charlie Brown shirt. Let's go to Comic-Con as Charlie Brown. I wasn't actually planning on going to Naka-Kon, to be honest with you. You know, I was just I got other stuff to do. I got other things to worry about. But I can spend like a couple hours there. I only spent like I was there from like 6 to about 9, and then I left. So I enjoyed my time there. Okay, you guys are probably like, David, get to the Q&A segment. So I got the comments. Can you do a review video? The Brotherhood asks, can you do a review video on Battlefront and Need for Speed? There is a racing game collection video on my YouTube channel. It's missing. It's a couple years old, I think. But yeah, I'll update it in the future. Okay. Battlefront. All I have is that recent game from a couple years ago, the Star Wars Battlefront from like, what was it, last year, the year before. I did see the original Battlefront on Xbox, and I didn't buy it. It was only like $4. I totally regret not buying it, man. I came back and was gone. I was like, oh. Durrell Reed, have you ever been to my hometown of New Orleans? A couple friends and I, we were actually planning on going to New Orleans, and we ended up going to Washington, D.C. instead. So, lost opportunity, right? Sushi and Fish. Can I get a shout out in your next vid? So, shout out to you, Sushi and Fish. Thank you for watching. Devo Nevo. Are you planning to have kids? If so, what would you name them? I would like kids someday, you know. And I always thought that I'd be cursed with like multiple daughters. Like I would have no sons and all daughters, right? And one of them would be like the goth girl, and one of them's like the sports girl, and you know, like I always had, like when I was like dating this one girl, we always thought, oh, we would have just nothing but daughters, you know, and they all have different personalities. It'd be like a TV show type of thing, you know, like that Tim Allen show that's recently came out. Like that's how I envisioned it, you know. So I always thought that we name them whatever month they came out, you know, whenever they're born. So April, Martha, Junie, Julia, Augustus, you know, like whenever they were born, we just take that month and just, you know, so for February would be Phoebe, you know, January would be Janice, like that's how I always thought that, like, I had a conversation about naming kids with this one girl I dated one time, you know, oh, went out for a couple times, but still, I always thought that it'd just be easy just to look at whatever month they were born in, you know, and there'd be like multiple names that we can use from that, you know, like we can name Julie, Julia, you know, based on July, you know, so yeah, so that's what I always thought about naming kids. Just make it easy. Everyone's like, we name it after our great uncle or our grandparents or whatever. It's like, no, just look at whatever month they were born in and just name it accordingly. Like, that for me is how I would name them, my kids, okay? Why don't you sleep in the bedroom? Yeah, my bed's right here in the living room. And the whole reason for that is because, actually there is no reason. I can sleep in the bedroom if I want, but it's storage for me. Like, if you go walk in there, there's a bunch of boxes and stuff like that. The PS3 is in there, you know, but I don't know. Wherever I sleep, you know. So I don't really have a straight question for that. I just happen to sleep in the living room. The bedroom's there. If I had a 2-bedroom apartment, I probably would be sleeping in the bedroom, you know. But that room is like mainly for storage. I go in there, I just throw stuff in there. How do you survive in your apartment without internet? From Kevin Boston. By the way, PJ Gypsum was the one who asked that last question. Well, the school is right down the street from where I live, you know? It's like, it's only like a 2-3 minute walk from here. So if I need internet, I just go down to the school library, or the union is what they call it, you know? And I just use the internet there, you know? There's also a grocery store that has a Starbucks in it, and you can actually go in and use that internet too, so. There's internet around me. If I'm like absolutely desperate, like I have to send an email or send an attachment or something like that, you know, I can actually use my phone as a hotspot, you know. But yeah, I think that's all the questions that people ask. I know some people ask me for shoutouts, but it's like in other videos. It's not in this vlog, so I have to like search for it, you know. So yeah. Oh, by the way, I actually saw the Nintendo Switch in person. It was at the Naka-Kon, the anime convention. People were actually bringing their Nintendo Switches along with them, you know. I thought it was really cool how they were able to do that, play actual, you know, full-blown games on the go. Well, the PSP, PlayStation Vita kind of did that too, but, you know, it's cool to see. I never went to a GameStop since the Nintendo Switch came out. I haven't seen, like, I went to a GameStop actually to see. I assume they have it on display or something. It's not at Walmart. I went to Walmart the other day. They didn't have any consoles on display like they used to. By the way, you can't find a Nintendo Switch anywhere. I was like going store by store and seeing. Remember that one video I made way back when it was like the PS4 outsell the Xbox One? I was trying to do something like that, but yeah. So yeah. Anyway, I guess that's it for my video. How long have I've been talking for almost 20 minutes. Alright, thank you for watching, everyone. Rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.